Hi, welcome to a special edition of the Alan Rosenberg Show. This is my first video, that's a request video. One of my viewers, Bruce, requested this and he said, "Hey Alan, why don't you do your top 10 Steely Dan songs?" And I was like, you know what, I can do that. I'm a fan of Steely Dan. I have all of Steely Dan's original, what I would call their classic albums, which is 8 of them right here, all digitally remastered on CD. They sound beautiful, and a bunch of best of greatest hits. I have a total of 11 Steely Dan albums. Steely Dan to me is an album band, not a song band. I never think of them in that way. But I guess in the Spotify world, people are not really listening to albums. But Steely Dan is a band that you should listen to their albums. My 3 favorite Steely Dan albums would be, not in any particular order, Can't Buy a Thrill, which was their first album. Their second album was Countdown to Ecstasy. They're all excellent albums. Pretzyl, which was the first album I ever heard by them. This came out in '74. My sister had this album, so I grew up listening to that. And then Katie Lied was in '75. '76, this is the first Steely Dan album that I ever bought, courtesy of the Columbia House Record Club. This album came out in '76. It got rave reviews by Cream and Circus and Rolling Stone, and I bought it, and it's an amazing record. My favorite Steely Dan album. '77, everybody bought this album, Asia. I think it's their best album, probably, though not my favorite. And then they did Gaucho, which was the end of what I would call their classic period. Then they came back, and I have this one, Two Against Nature. They did another one as well, which I don't have. So Steely Dan, to me, one of the ultimate album bands. But if I have to pick 10 favorite songs, well, here they are. At number 10, Bruce, would be from Countdown to Ecstasy, and that's My Old School. Now, I wish I could play these songs, bits and pieces, but you're not allowed to on YouTube. But you know that. My Old School. Everything from my old school. Great song. Great guitar riff, great horns. Dun, 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 dun. Countdown to Ecstasy, My Old School, number 10. From number 9, it's really hard to pick just a song from the Asia album from '77 because basically every song in this album is great. And this is one of those albums that's meant to be heard from beginning to end. But Peg, you will come back to you, Peg, it will come back to you. Really funky. I like when they get kind of funky. It's jazzy, but it's got a great beat. You could dance to it. Peg from Asia, number 9. Number 8, great track from the Katie Lied album, and it's Dr. Wu. Do you hear me, Dr. Wu? Katie Lied. It's really, I guess, the title track, but it's there is no song called Katie Lied, but Dr. Wu would be number 8. Number 7, we're going to go back to the Asia album, and it's the opening track, Black Cow. Drink your big black cow and get out of here. I mean, this album is just so great. But Black Cow's a great opening track. Again, upbeat, catchy, great track. Number 7 from Asia, Black Cow. Number 6 goes to the first album I ever heard from Steely Dan, Pretzyl, and to me, it's one of their rockier tracks. I love it, and it's Night by Night. You may not recognize the title, but you know the song. Night by night. Definitely a Steely Dan track that's got a lot of balls to it. It's a rockier track. Great track. Night by Night, number 6. Number 5 comes from their debut album, Can't Buy a Thrill. Kind of a unique album because at that point they really were like a band, and this album's got different vocalists on it. And I love the second track, Dirty Work. You're a fool to do your dirty work. Oh yeah, I'm a fool to do your dirty work no more. What a great track from a great album. Dirty Work, number 5. Number 4, we're going to go back to the first album that I ever got from them and my favorite Steely Dan album overall, which is The Royal Scam. And the second track on this album is kind of a deep track called The Caves of Altamira. This is another album like Asia where every track is great. And the Caves of Altamira, also like a funkier kind of track, talking about him, he's home and kind of alone. Just a great, great track. The Caves of Altamira, number 4. Number 3, we go back to the debut album, Can't Buy a Thrill, and the track that everybody knows, but it's just such an amazing opener. Do It Again. Get back, Jack, do it again. Here's burning round and round. Great guitar licks in it. Jazzy, but a great beat, funky, danceable. So catchy, so memorable. Do It Again, number 3. Number 2, I go back to the Royal Scam and the opening track of that album, which is just incredible, Kid Charlemagne. You know that one. Real funky, upbeat, go Kid Charlemagne, dance, 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 ba-da-da-dum, bop, 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 ba-da-da-dum. Amazing track. Kid Charlemagne, number 2. So what would be my number 1 all-time favorite Steely Dan song, Bruce? Go back to Pretzyl Logic and the opening track. Ricky, don't lose that number. It's the only one you want. You might use it if you feel better. Ba, 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 ba. When you get home. Great drums, great everything. Great track. Great band. Steely Dan, one of the ultimate album-oriented bands for sure. A band that was a studio band. In the 70s, they never toured. It was strictly albums. They put sorry about my dog. They put so much work into their albums. Every note, every aspect of it, the production, everything is perfect. And that's why these albums are timeless. So my top 10 Steely Dan songs. Can you see it? Number 10, My Old School from Countdown to Ecstasy. Number 9, Peg from Asia. Number 8, the title track, Katie Lied, Dr. Wu. Number 7, Black Cow from Asia. Number 6, Night by Night from Pretzyl Logic. Number 5, Dirty Work from Can't Buy a Thrill. Number 4, Caves of Altamira from the Royal Scam. Number 3, Do It Again from Can't Buy a Thrill. Number 2, Kid Charlemagne from the Royal Scam. And my number 1 all-time favorite top 10 Steely Dan song, Ricky, Don't Lose That Number from Pretzyl Logic. But of course, their catalog is just amazing. They're an album band. They are really men. So if you want to really listen to Steely Dan, listen to their first album in its entirety, Can't Buy a Thrill. You have to hear Asia. It's a perfect album. And my all-time favorite for sure, which is The Royal Scam, which, like Asia, is a perfect album. And digitally remastered on CD, boy, they sound great. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what your favorite Steely Dan songs are, because they're all great, pretty much. Have a great one. Thanks for tuning in. And hit subscribe if you've never subscribed. Check out my other videos. And Bruce, thanks for your request. I hope you enjoyed this.